All right, folks, here we are. Everything's welded up on the bed. I got maybe a few little spots, but nothing major. Stuff like right here where this cutout is on the edge. But as for all the little holes and all that stuff, all but one at the front right, and at that time I couldn't reach the welder to it, so we got that straightened out. So here's our issues now. Okay, the only cross member that I did not change is the one under this 50-ton jack. We ran into a little issue to where the bed was diving and diving, and I didn't like that. So as you can see, I got a piece of I-beam on there, got a chain on each side, and got that out of it. When you put this bed down, that bar is at the bottom of the back window. This bar is too high. I need to lower it down, and to lower it down, when you lower your sides down, you have to lengthen your top, and you're lengthening this. So this is my plan. I've got another piece of this that I can replace it. Now that's 2x4 or 2x5 square tubing or rectangle tubing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut above it and below it on the uprights, and that'll get our height. And then I'm going to cut somewhere in that and add to it to get our, width back together. When they was hauling, you got to realize that these cross members was all rusted out, so I'm sure it was adding extra weight to the sides. So I should have probably replaced that cross member. It's only a 1x2 channel. I mean, there's nothing there anyway, but this will take care of the problem. It's not a big issue. And I wanted to redo the headache bar. When I'm done, even though I'm cutting it, welding it back together, it's still going to be stronger than it was. And you want that to be a good strong bar, but it's just too high. From the bed to that bar is just too high. Our locks are working great. Now when you're on the side of the road and your frame's twisted on your truck and you're in a bind and you're all cattywampus, I guess you can call it. Is that a word? Anyway, when you're all cattywampus, the locks will not line up. I mean, I've seen it too many times, even on brand new trucks. Some of them's got some guides that help guide them in and all, but you're better off to roll the bed, put it down, roll it up close to the locks, pull out of the ditch, get back level, and then lock it in. And that's going to be your best bet, because if not, you're going to be slamming against them locks and bending them, and that's the last thing you want to do is bend your locks up. So far I'm really liking the way these are working. So anyway, back at it. We're going to get this done, and then we'll start getting the final stuff done. And now I got to pull my wire back out. As you can see, I put my wire in and I can't cut my wire in half, so I'm gonna have to drag it back out, and I have to snake it back through, but that's not hard to do either. All right, folks, we have got it cut off, and we've got this piece cut out. So what we're gonna do now is slice this, because we've got to change the width of it, and we're gonna get some angle iron and do some bracing so we can put this thing back together. Not necessarily bracing, but something to clamp to. Okay, folks, haven't done any videos in quite a while, but here is the truck pretty much together. I've still got more to do. Tagged, insured, inspected. Not inspected by Highway Patrol yet. I've still got to do that, but to do that I've got to get my letters on, get 2 snatch blocks on it, a few other things. But anyway, I did get the aluminum wheels from Delray JYD on there, and they haven't been polished yet, so we'll do that later. They look pretty good. Got brand new tires all the way around. These are the lowest you can get, 255/70s, 22.5s, because it's a bigger truck, 25,500 GVW. And of course they won't say you tags for 25.5. They'll say you tags for 25, or they'll sell them to you for 26. So of course I just bought 26,000 pound tags, but with the tire rating and all, it should be fine to actually haul that much, but total weight. But there is quarter fenders I put on, and that protects our dollies. I've got the dolly bunks or bars, or whatever you want to call it, I made hanging. I made this tray, which it's open in the bottom also across this. It's raised off because I want all the rain to come out of it. I don't want anything to stay in it. You can probably see, yeah, light through there. So that's got my dolly bars. It's got my pry bar, which you've got to have. It's got my shovel, And I should be able to take the head off a broom and put the head and all in there, and that'll all stay in there, and just tilt the bed to get to it. That's what you run into, is usually, you know, your boxes are not long enough to handle anything, so built that. Everything's working fine. I'm getting ready to haul my I still got these marker lights, the side marker lights to hook up, and I'm going to put panels over top of these. But I've got a little job I need to go do. I need to haul my forklift somewhere. I bought some steel and I need to take it to go load it. It wasn't a planned thing, but it came up, and there's enough of it, it's going to be a real big job to load by hand. So we really need the forklift to go load it, so we're going to get that rolling. All right. Hey folks, Jonathan here. All right, I'm going to be probably out of breath here, but I am walking. Got probably a couple more miles to go. Trying to get up to where there's no boiler, and we're not real positive about, I think I know about exactly where it's at, but we're not real positive about what kind it is, with high pressure, low pressure. It's supposed to be a big one, and this is in a little place that they were going to actually make into a resort, and never done it. And if you don't know, you know, we got emphysema. Been 4.5 years, I guess, since he diagnosed it. But you know, I've known I've had breathing trouble for, you know, way before that. Hell, back in my 20s. So I've always breathed hard, and I've actually got comments from friends about it. Yeah, asked me why I was breathing so hard all the time, but it's just the way it is, you know. We're all made different. And hopefully we're all here for a reason, and we'll be here until we, you know, until it's time for us to go. But anyway, we're going to continue walking, hopefully until I find this boiler. It's going to be on the right side over here, pretty close to the tracks, and it may be something that is obtainable if it's something decent, you know, something worth a crap. So. Anyway, all right, I feel my hips tightening up pretty bad. Don't know why they do that. Of course, my calves are burning. You know, this is an awfully long walk for me. Probably need to do it more often, but just don't want to overdo it. Because like I said, I've come a long way, and I got a long ways to go. All right, show you more. All right, so we got out of the hilly area, got down to areas where there's more of a valley on each side, or on one side. That's what we're looking for. Golf course over here, people playing golf, so I don't want to bother them. All right, we're getting closer. I actually found it. figure out what kind it is. Nice boiler though. Just don't think I can get it. I mean, it's rough. Tubes is shot. I bet the bottom's rotted out. I don't know. Pretty neat old boiler though. Alright, what a trip. It's a lot farther than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be a mile and ended up being over 3 miles. So, we got to walk back. Got a good ways to go. But, yeah, I might fill it tomorrow. Whew. Alright. My breathing is not too bad. My lungs are pretty good. Not as good as I expect. Boy, my hips hurt. My calves hurt. My lower back, of course. I've always had issues. But anyway, we're moving on. I think it's uphill this way. I think it was uphill the other way too. It's uphill both ways. But I was wondering if maybe I could call an Uber train, if there's such thing. I tell you what, some things I regret, and I'm regretting this. But I probably won't once we get up there. Alright, I don't think I got a train coming. I can hear it. Get up here on the other side of this tree and wait it out. Alright, get a break anyway.